These Houston Astros as you hear the boos.
Even if you're not an Astros fan or a Yankees fan, I would have to believe that almost every single baseball fan was watching the Astros versus Yankees because we all wanted to hear how loud the boos were for Altuve, Bregman, Carlos Correa. There were other chants that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the game, so stay tuned. It was a wild one. But anyways, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We do this every single day, so if you're brand new to the channel, do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button because we are so close to 300,000 subs. Thank you all so much for the support. But because we have so much to talk about, we're not going to waste any more time. Amir Garrett has been suspended 7 full games. That is a lot for a reliever because if you're a relief pitcher, 7 games, you can appear in 4 or 5 of them. So this is going to cost the Reds and Amir a lot. Probably this happened because he's a repeat offender. I don't necessarily understand why it was 7 games, and Jose Alvarado of the Phillies only got 2 games. So I think they're kind of singling out Amir Garrett because he has had a past of starting brawls and everything like that, but there was no brawl. So I don't understand why he is getting 7 games. I fully expect it to be, reduced to 2 games, maybe 3 games. Amir Garrett got suspended. Javier Baez got fined, even though Javier Baez came out of the dugout and pretty much said, let's go. So I think, honestly, Javier Baez deserves a game or 2 if Amir Garrett is going to get suspended. Some injury updates I want to talk about. Christian Yelich, he looked fantastic in his return from the IL, and then he goes straight back on the IL. That back is going to be an issue, and the manager of the Brewers pretty much said that they are not going to let him return until he's 100% healthy. And Jacob deGrom, who is in the conversation right now for most important player in baseball, at least to their team, even though the Mets can never score. But all jokes aside, he went down with some right lat inflammation. I mean, honestly, with all of these injuries that people are suffering, it makes me wonder do I have an injury right now that will land me on the IL? Because honestly, like, my wrist hurt, I have back pain. I wonder if anything that I have would land me on the IL. So we have 2 doubleheaders back to back that I want to break down. The Cubs versus the Dodgers, and the Cubs swept the Dodgers. They have been playing terribly as of late, talking about the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw turns in his shortest start ever. He gives up 4 earned runs in the first inning, and Kyle Hendricks dominates that Dodgers lineup. He goes 7 innings, which of course is a complete game in a doubleheader, only allows 1 run and racks up 6 strikeouts. And then in game number 2, I honestly thought Justin Turner was going to give the Dodgers the momentum that they needed, but Javier Baez, his resurgent season continues along with Chris Bryant. He ties it up, and then David Bote walks it off. So again, the Cubs sweep the Dodgers in that doubleheader. The Dodgers better get healthy real quick because I'm not saying that they're going to be out of first place for the foreseeable future, but if they don't really get out of their slump, Mookie Betts, I'll throw up this graphic right here. Look at all of these Dodgers hitters over the last few days. It is just not a good time to be a Dodgers fan, which is crazy to say out loud. Moving over to the second doubleheader, the Giants destroyed the Rockies. Brandon Belt drove in 5 RBIs in the first inning. Buster Posey then hit his 7th home run of the season. He is playing like a 24-year-old Buster Posey in his prime, but he's 34. He's now up to 7 home runs and almost 400 batting average and 1175 OPS. He is raking, playing like an MVP caliber player. The Rockies then came back in the second game. CJ Cron and Trevor Story, they bring it close, and then Charlie Blackmon finishes the job with a walk-off home run. The Giants, even after that loss, are now 18-12 on the season, and they're 1.5 game ahead of anyone else, the Padres, the Dodgers. So shout out to the Giants with the addition of Mike Tauchman. I mean, they're about to get even better, so watch out for them. The Marlins beat the Diamondbacks yesterday 9-3. Brian Anderson kickstarts the game with a 3-run home run, and then they don't score until the 8th inning when they put up a 6-spot. Lewis Brinson, he needs to use that 3-run home run to change the trajectory of his career. I cannot believe that he was once upon a time traded for Christian Yelich, because Brinson, ever since that trade, you can make an argument that he's been the worst player in baseball. The White Sox blanked the Cincinnati Reds. Dylan Cease, who dominated on the mound, let me just talk about him real quick. He goes 6 shutout innings, struck out 11, but he also single-handedly out-hit the Cincinnati Reds because he went 3 for 3 in the batter's box. We all know that Jose Abreu and Tim Anderson Anderson are going to be beasts. They drive in 6 RBIs combined. Juan Moncada and Nick Madrigal have been hot the last few days. I mean, Moncada the last 2 weeks has been really good. And also, I do want to note that Madrigal in his first 23 games of the season only struck out 3 times, or maybe it was 24 games, something like that. Madrigal is like a 1980s, 1990s ball player reincarnated because he's all about contact. He doesn't care about power at all.
Now the whole crowd is chanting cheater. 3-2, line drive, and caught by Wade. Took a base hit away from Altuve.
The moment that you've all been waiting for, Jose Altuve was booed relentlessly, and his little manager, Dusty Baker, felt so bad for him. Look at this quote. He said the fans were pretty harsh on him. Yeah, you don't think, okay, we're not going to give Jose Altuve a glass of milk and, provide him with pajamas and tuck him in at night. No, he was the captain of that team. He won an MVP, so he is going to take the brunt of the hate. Well, anyways, Alex Bregman, he kind of brought down the house a little bit. The Yankees fans were somewhat quieted with a home run, and then Giancarlo Stanton, who is now on a 10-game hitting streak, he wakes them up with a home run. Michael Brantley answers back with a third decker. Yuli ties it up, and then guess what? Alex Bregman throws the game away. Literally, all 3 runs score on this error. Now, I'm hoping that Rougned Odor and also Maldonado are going to be healthy. I don't have an update, unfortunately, right now, but Stanton, again, now on his 10-game hitting streak. And look at these signs. You have Cheater, Cheater, Pumpkin Eater. I thought this was very creative. And then also this one from Toy Story 4 with Altuve on Forky's face. If you don't remember, Forky's catchphrase is trash. So yeah, the trash cans, Astros, that was fantastic. Huascar Ynoa of the Atlanta Braves turned in the best single performance of the year, in my opinion. As a starting pitcher, he goes 7 innings of scoreless baseball, only allows 4 hits. Ronald Acuna Jr. hits number 10, so he is the first player in baseball to double-digit home runs. Oh, and we're not done just yet with Ynoa. He hit a grand slam. So when you shut out a team like the Nationals over 7 innings and then hit a grand slam, I mean, geez. I mean, he has more home runs and RBIs than Francisco Lindor. That was a much-needed win. The Braves are now 13-16 on the season, so congratulations to them. The Nationals, again, a very roller coaster team. I have no idea what their ceiling is. The Phillies versus the Braves, Andrew McCutchen homers for the first 2 runs, and then Didi Gregorius as well as Brad Miller. They make it 6-1 in the third. Aaron Nola had a rough first inning, but then he was a horse the rest of the game. 6 innings, only that 1 earned run, racked up 10 strikeouts. The Phillies are now on a 2-game winning streak and a half game ahead of anyone else for first place in their division. The Tigers, good for them. They put up 7 runs and they still lost because the Red Sox, they put up 4 runs in the first, and then Verdugo, Bogarts, and Renfroe, they take care of the rest. You have Vasquez and Kike Hernandez making 11 runs. The Red Sox are now 10 points ahead of any other team for team OPS. They are just raking. They refuse to stop scoring runs. And same with the Rangers. The Rangers have been playing pretty well as of late. So Byron Buxton of the Twins, he hits his 9th home run of the year and then makes a great grab. Andrelton Simmons joins the Web Gem party. I thought he was going to save the game, but unfortunately, he could not beat out the runner throwing home. And then Garcia, for the second time in the last 2 weeks, hits a go-ahead home run in the 10th inning. He's now up to 7 home runs, almost 20 RBIs, and a 136 OPS. Plus, he has been absolutely lights out. He is a definite big surprise. I don't know if he's going to be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. I don't remember how many games he played in 2019 or 2020, but look for him to be in that conversation if he is eligible. Mike Minor was cruising against the Cleveland baseball team yesterday up until the 6th inning when it gets a little bit tough. A 3-spot happens for Cleveland. Harold Ramirez has been raking. He drives in 2 RBIs. Josh Naylor and Jake Bowers, they put it on ice. This division is going to be crazy. Cleveland is now 1 game back of the White Sox as well as the Royals because both of those teams are tied for first place. Just absolute madness going on in a couple different divisions. The Rays get their 2nd win in a row versus the Angels. The Angels had 4 errors, and that led to Alex Cobb going 5 innings, allowed 0 earned runs, but again, those errors really cost them. Shane McClanahan of the Rays, he is going to be so good. He throws 101 as a starter from the left side. 4 innings of scoreless baseball, 5 strikeouts as Austin Meadows. Hopefully he has a comeback season because he was not good last year. Started off hot in spring training and then has really died down, but he had 2 home runs. And again, I still can't believe that the Pirates gave up Chris Archer and Tyler Glasnow in a trade, and then they got Chris Archer back in free agency. I'm so sorry, Pirates fans. And then the last 3 games from yesterday, we'll talk about them really quick because they were really dominated by 1 or 2 players. Mitch Moreland went opposite field yesterday, and Cole Irvin absolutely shut down the Blue Jays over 8 innings. The A's are back on a little win streak, 3 in a row. The Mariners beat the Orioles 5-2 as rookie Justin Dunn shuts down the O's offense. The Mariners come alive though. Rookie of the year from 2020, Kyle Lewis. He puts the game out of reach. That was a much needed W because the Mariners were playing like the best team in baseball. They're scuffling as of late, so maybe this win gets them back on track. And then the Pirates beat the Padres 2-1, a nail biter. The Pirates score their first run on a Brian Reynolds double, so his OPS is back up to 128, so he is officially back in business. Mitch Keller goes 5 2/3, does not allow a single earned run. Look at his game log. He's good and then bad, good and then bad, good and then most likely bad in his next start. Richard Rodriguez has been fantastic. 5 saves on the season, has not allowed a single run in 12 innings. So that is going to do it for today's MLB recap. So many games happened. Hopefully I could save you some time. I know I went through it a little bit quick. I am out of breath. I almost feel like I'm going to black out because I was just, I wanted to get through this pretty quick and save you some time. But thank you all so much for watching. Follow me on Twitch. We're going to be playing MLB 21 pretty much all night tonight, trying to unlock those Diamond Player of the Month cards. And also use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off minor league tickets, major league tickets, anything that you can think of. Saving money is always fun. Follow me on my social medias at Fuzzy from YT. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you all in the next video.